awake with the weight of the world pressing hard on my chest, feeling like every sunrise was another test I was not ready to face. The shadows of yesterday followed me like a storm cloud, whispering the same old lies that I was too small for the battles ahead. But somewhere deep inside I knew the truth was waiting, quiet but persistent, telling me that fear only rules the places where courage has not yet walked. So I took my first step, trembling but real, into the unknown light. Freeing my mind from fear became the journey. I never thought I had the strength to choose. The rhythm of the earth began to rise beneath me, slow like a heartbeat awakening after years of silence. I listened closely, realizing the world had been singing to me long before I ever learned to hear it. The breeze carried the memories of those who faced storms and kept moving, who stood tall even when the night tried to swallow their fire. Their resilience called my name, and I felt something shift in my bones. The chains around my thoughts cracked like fragile ice, freeing my mind from fear. I began to see that the world was not against me, but waiting for me to finally breathe. Ooh, I finally breathe. Yeah. There were nights when doubt gathered around me like thick smoke, blurring every step I tried to take. I questioned my worth, my purpose, my place in a world that felt too loud for a soul like mine. But then came the moment that changed everything. I looked at my reflection and saw what I had failed to be, but what I still could become. That vision pierced through the fog and I felt the fire rising from the ashes of every mistake. Freeing my mind from fear became a revolution inside me, a flame refusing to die no matter how fierce the wind. Slowly I learned to hear the truth beneath my heartbeat. That freedom begins where honesty lives. I stopped running from my wounds and started learning from them. I opened doors I once locked to protect myself, realizing that healing demands vulnerability. With every breath I embraced, with every tear I released, the fear that once held me hostage grew weaker. Freeing my mind from fear, I discovered a strength so quiet and steady that it taught me how to stand even when my legs trembled. Now I walk with a rhythm shaped by courage, stepping through the world with a voice that no longer hides. The sun touches my skin like a promise, and the wind lifts my spirit higher than the doubts that once defined me. I understand now that fear is not a prison unless I accept its